Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Battletips. In this episode we are going to have a look at D-Flag on Golmud Railway and some of the ways that you can cap it in a vehicle and actually talk about its importance on a game of Conquest. So as you can see in this clip, I've started off pushing Delta flag in the tank, and straight away, even though I've got it capped right at the beginning of the match, it is being bombarded by enemy infantry. They're coming on the back of buggies. We've got a couple of guys here. Easiest thing to do in a tank is straight away take these down, and as you'll notice, the artillery comes over as well. Now this is the perfect situation if you're a tanker. You're on a flag that's got a lot of enemy infantry pouring towards you, and you're in the right position with lots of ammo. You've got a bit of cover and you can just take them down. Now that's exactly what we do on this. We end up keeping the flag, and as you can see, because we capped it first, it starts moving towards our base. That's your ideal situation. Then what I do from then on is I just keep with the flag, keep myself on a bit of an angle behind some cover, and actually keep my eye on the flag as well, because as you'll see, more infantry do come, and that's the way flags usually work when they're getting capped. The infantry don't like the fact that you've just killed them all, and they will come back again in the form of a squad. The way that situation could have been a little more difficult is if I was pushed by an enemy piece of armour, and the best thing I can suggest in a situation like that on Delta is stay behind the train and make sure that you have enough AP shells or enough HE shells or sabots, whatever you're using. Make sure you have enough to take down an enemy vehicle, so don't go wasting them like I was doing there on infantry if there is another tank pushing. It's very important that you can stay on the flag and keep them away from you without having to bail and rep or bail and shoot them with an RPG. Here's another example in the background. In this clip I'm actually playing for the other team, but I'm having to backtrack just to pick up the flag. Now I'm in the LAV, so things can be a little bit different. I'll be moving a bit faster and I can take down more infantry with splash damage because of those 25 mils, but it's the same principle. I get to the flag, I clear the infantry out, and I stay on the burn. Very, very simple stuff. The only thing I'm doing here, as you can see, I'm in third person mode, so I can just see if there's anybody parachuting from above. Now there won't be, obviously, because we've got the flag capped, but beforehand, remember, people drop onto this flag through a parachute system, so it's really a good idea just to keep an eye on it and make sure that you don't get C4 dropped on top of you. Simplest way to do that if you don't have a gunner or you don't want to switch to the gunner seat is go in third person mode and just keep an eye on anything that could be dropping on top of your vehicle. Once again, I'm just making my way across from Delta. The best flag to probably cap at this point would be, if they weren't capped already, would be to go to Charlie and maybe Alpha and Bravo, because there's such a high concentration of flags there, it makes more sense. Once again, we've got a final example of me capping the flag. Now in this case, I am going to be pushing from the beginning of a match to Delta, and I've cut the clip a little short here. As you can see in the chat, I'm just telling the rest of the team to get to Delta. I don't know why people don't go there first. It's a free flag if you pick it up. You can keep it on your base, and it will win you the game as long as you're half competent at capturing the other flag. So it is literally that pivotal in a game of Battlefield. Once again, I push the flag, I keep myself some cover behind the train, use my skill with the tow missile to take out a helicopter, but that's not vital that you do that stuff. The most important thing is that you cap the flag in the first place. I stay behind the train, and then I use this elevation point on the right hand side. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just moving up, and in third person mode I can spot any tanks that are coming towards me, but they won't be able to spot me and they won't be able to shoot me either. Fairly simple stuff, but it's another little tactic that might just save you when you're trying to cap this flag for your team. Now the reason it's so important to cap Delta is because if you don't, you're going to be left in a situation where you have to cap more flags than the enemy, but you have to cap an extra one because they've got that Delta flag locked down. It's in their base, it's right next to their gimme flag Echo, and to be honest, on a game mode like this where there's so many tanks, they can just roll out of base and cap it with just pure power of tanks. They don't even need to do too much killing, they can just get bodies on the flag. If you don't have Delta, though, capping Alpha and Bravo can be a get out of jail free card. Again, it's two flags in close proximity to one another, and you can soak up a lot of enemy infantry if you have a piece of your own armour on the flag. Now as you can see, we've got a bit of gameplay from that. One of the few tactics that I would like to offer for this flag is the artillery ruins the map, obviously. So if you've got the road battered to pieces like we have on this map, try not to drive on it as much as you can. Try and stay in a nice position that hasn't been destroyed and just sit there and mop up as many enemies as you can. It's going to really benefit your aim. Secondly, if you're on Alpha and Bravo behind you's capped, as you saw at the beginning of this clip, make sure that there's not many enemy infantry there, because you are exposed and you're going to have to be using your APS more than you'd like to. Another little trick, as you can see now, I've actually backed off the flag and almost lured the enemies in and then used the thermal optics to spot them in the buildings and take them out. If I was staying on the flag, the chances of them pushing me is a lot lower than if I back off, and I've kind of tricked them into a false sense of security. They've then pushed. You can still see them all here in the buildings. I've just blasted the walls out and then taken them down. Simple stuff, but again, it's a little trick that might help you to win on this map and in this game mode. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and let me know down in the comments if there's anything else you'd like me to cover in this Battletips series. I haven't done one for quite a while, but I figured this was a nice little trick for some people to know. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode.